Welcome back, everybody. I'm back with those updates on the EIDL, the grants and the loans. We're also going to talk about real estate today and the economy and what Goldman Sachs believes will help ease inflation with where we're heading with real estate and the eviction crisis. We got all your updates and more here. But before we get into it, remember to like, subscribe, and join the channel so you get your small business updates each and every day. I'm here for you guys always. Let's get into the details. Welcome back, everybody. I'm back with a rather interesting lineup today because I really got to touch in on an article that was released by Goldman Sachs in terms of what they believe will help ease inflation and how this housing crisis will get us there. Okay. Yes, I'm out on the road today, guys. I tried posting a video here yesterday, but there was so much rain happening in my neighborhood that it was just impossible. You couldn't hear anything in the background. It was a rainy day here for the East Coast in Pennsylvania, Northeast PA, and it's a rainy day for what's happening with this economy in the month of September, okay? If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Edward Bilder. I'm a financial educator, and I teach you secrets on passive income. I use real estate as one of my vehicles and Airbnb. You can check out my crash course found in the description on Mega Sale if you'd like to learn how you can join this lifestyle. And if you want to learn how you can partner with me and my current B&Bs, find me on Instagram to ask about my partnerships. All right, I want to get into some updates on the EIDL program here first. Many small business owners tune in to grab these updates. So right now, I'm getting several comments from individuals from the channel here. Thank you guys so much for letting us know how you are solving some of your problems with the reconsideration, reevaluation, and ACH transfers. I want to share something here with everybody. If you are stuck, and this is a bit crazy, okay? I want to say that it's crazy because ACH transfers, getting yourself rejected and having your funds sent back means that you've been approved, okay? You've been approved for this grant, you've been approved for this loan, but you're finding yourself using a Chime Bank and it gets rejected back. And the current hurdles that you have to jump through in order to get your funds finally resent to you is just absurd. I want to say right now it's absurd, okay? So thank you to everybody who commented and let us know that right now if you reach out to your local state representatives or your state congressmen or women, that they will help you get your ACH transfer pushed through, all right? I'm having individuals from the channel here that have been waiting now 20 weeks, 20 long weeks because their ACH has been rejected. They reached out to their local congressman, signed the releases, and they received information. We know that this happened because in the email it specifically said, you know, Representative so-and-so reached out to us on your behalf, and we need to now verify your bank account information so that we can send you your ACH transfer finally, okay? I think it's absurd that you have to reach that far, go to your local representatives to get funds that you have already been approved for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think it's just absurd, okay? Now what we're also seeing is this process is helping everybody who's been stuck in the reevaluation process and also stuck in the process of getting yourselves the 24 months of working capital. You can certainly go through your local representatives to help you get this done, and I'm seeing more and more comments right now that are supporting that on the channel here. So thank you to everybody who commented. I know it's absurd that you have to go this far and get your local congressmen involved just to get yourself some traction here, but it is definitely one of the vehicles that you could find right now to help you do this. Now, I have been talking about going through written responses, sending emails to COVID EIDL increase requests at SBA.gov, and simply asking for a written request to get this process moving as well. And I'm receiving responses from the viewers here on the channel that they're saying it's about 2 weeks' time to funding. All right, so they send the written request back with all of the documentation, and 2 weeks later they find themselves in funding, which is fantastic news. I want to shift over now and talk about the $2 million loan cap increase because we believed that this month was our lucky month that we were going to see loan increase caps go from $500,000 up to $2 million. Now, I've been saying here on this channel that more than likely the SBA is waiting to clear the backlog, okay? This backlog is not over. It is far from over. I've seen now from the loan officers 300,000 items sitting in the queue, 300,000 actions found inside of their portals that basically indicates that they still need to take actions in order to clear this backlog finally. And recent reports have just been announced that the SBA is still floating around this number of 600,000 stuck in the backlog. Jason brought this up on his channel. I think it was yesterday perhaps. And he wants to know from the SBA, is this true? Is there truly 600,000 stuck in the backlog? Or is Congress catching up finally and reporting the same thing that they reported out 30 days ago? So I'd like to hear from everybody who's been tuning into the channel here. If you have finally gotten a response from your loan officer or from somebody from the SBA and you've been stuck in limbo for as far back as April or even longer, let us know on the channel if you're finally starting to see action happen right now, because I'm trying to determine if they finally found a way of finding all of these loan modifications that have been stuck in recon and all these ones that were dropped by the loan officers. Have they finally found all of these that are sitting in a queue somewhere? And now the backlog was really around 1.2 million when it was announced back by the SBA, 30 days ago, when they said they were going to clear this backlog come mid-August. I've been reporting on the channel here that they were around 1 million applicants back when they announced 600,000. So let us know here if you're seeing action finally taken. Leave me a message in the comments. I thank you guys so much. Okay, I want to shift over and transition into some things that's happening in the economy, because September right now is not looking like a very good month. We have two major cliffs that we're facing. The eviction moratorium has ended. There are only 4 states right now that are going to extend this, make sure that the evictions don't occur until October. But 4 out of 50 states, that's not very good numbers, all right? So this eviction crisis is very real, all right? And there was a recent report that was released by Goldman Sachs. I want to talk about it in just a moment. But with everything happening with inflation and supply chain, your small business is still at risk. It's at a different risk now, right? So more than ever, you really need to see this working capital to help get you through to the end of this pandemic, because pandemic, it's really not over. Yes, the pandemic portion is over, but we're still battling inflation, battling supply chain issues, battling the fact that, unemployment crisis is coming up to an end here. People need to start going back to work. There's going to be a gap in time from wages being transferred to these employees, and there's going to be a gap in the amounts of funds that they're actually seeing, right? People are going to start seeing themselves taking pay cuts because, let's face it, you were making more money on unemployment than you could have received from that $15 an hour job, $20 an hour job. Which brings us to cliff number 2. On September 4th will be the last day that the unemployment boost is available from the federal government for unemployment. So to bring it all together, the month of September really is not looking very good, right? Unemployment's ending, eviction crisis is happening, housing crisis is happening, and inflation is still very high. Which leads me to the report put out by Goldman Sachs, because Goldman Sachs, while it's terrible, it's so terrible to talk about anything good coming from evictions, they believe that this will help ease inflation. Yeah, ease inflation. Let's dive into this a little bit, okay? They believe that there are 750,000 homes facing eviction right now. Let's reflect here for a moment. Car prices are high, food prices are high, gas prices are high. All the things that you're trying to purchase through the supply chain are going up. They're not going down, they're going up. Related to shortage of workers, shortage of freight, shortage of everything, okay? And of course that US dollar is losing its value more and more. So, foreign countries are fighting back and raising the prices on imports, okay? So inflation right now is going up. And if the cost of shelter stays high, well, inflation will naturally stay high as well. So we've seen, because of the rise in prices of houses, there's also been a rise in prices in rent, right? They kind of correlated together, and just, if you're going to pay more for a house and people are looking to rent off of you, naturally those two go together, right? You don't have to really be a rocket scientist to understand that. But what Goldman Sachs believes is if 750,000 are facing, that will actually bring prices of shelter down. And that's primarily related because there will be more available homes on the market to rent. Now you would think, right, if 750,000 are being displaced right now, they will need a place to live. So will they simply be able to go out and rent from somebody else? Right now, landlords are saying absolutely not. If you faced an eviction related to the past 18 months because you haven't paid your rent, they are going to make it very challenging right now for you to go and just practically rent another home, all right? And the cost of that home will be higher. So naturally, this will result in an increase in vacancy of rentals, because basically you might have to find yourself moving back in with family, or joining up with other families, or taking on roommates, or finding creative solutions right now, because you're going to have a difficult time going out and renting a new space, which introduces new houses on the market, which means prices will start to go down, the rent prices will start to go down, And therefore, Goldman Sachs believes inflation will follow that as well. And of course, the appreciation of that real estate will also go down because you're not taking in as much revenue, and therefore your appreciation will slow down. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you believe the article by Goldman Sachs, if this will help ease inflation. I never want to say that there's going to be anything good to come from this eviction crisis, this housing crisis, but I would like to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you think that this will also help. Now, there are a few things that are going to play against us throughout all this, because of all those 750,000 homes that we believe are going to become suddenly vacant, landlords are pretty fed up right now and they just want to sell these homes, just get completely out of them. So let's say half of them hit the market, which would also mean that there's 50% fewer homes available to rent to additional tenants. Now, of course, that rent will go up as the lease ends. Naturally, landlords are just going to take it up to the new market value instead of slowly easing it up year over year as the lease renews. When you start a brand new lease, they're just going to take that price straight up, which will then contradict what Goldman Sachs is saying because it'll take inflation back up. And have you seen the price of a new house today? If you were to build a new house today with all of the problems going on with supply chain and raw material, 4xing, 5xing the price of just the components used to build that house, and then add on top of it that contractors are delayed so much, they don't have workers available. Building a house today is very difficult, which is another reason why we're seeing this rise in the cost of houses, which again correlates with the fact that rent will go up. So much is against what Goldman Sachs is saying. I'd like to hear from all of you as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Goldman Sachs is accurate on this one, or do you think they're way out in left field somewhere? And remember, before you leave today, if you'd like to continue to support the channel and you'd like to learn how I purchase all these properties, I use AirBNB, and you can check out my crash course found in the description right now, where you can take a $50 bill, get into the real estate game. You don't necessarily have to own this real estate, and you get cash flow through AirBNB within 3 business days, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. And when you want to scale this process up and earn more money, you just simply repeat the process over and over and over again and scale up to as large as you wish. You can grab that crash course right now on a mega sale in the description. That sale will not last forever, so rush up there and grab today. And if you'd like to learn how you could partner with me in my current B&Bs, find me on Instagram. I hold Zoom calls Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get on that list today by messaging me on Instagram. That's going to do it for today, folks. I wish you all the best, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.